Thank you. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. So, as today we are talking about women empowerment, I think this has to be highlighted with such an incredible panel that it's not just about empowerment, but then we are looking at the way forward. So, firstly, I would like to welcome you all. Good afternoon, everyone. Today's panel is more than just a conversation. It's a challenge of what happens when women lead, heal, create, challenge, and rise. Now that we have had the honor of meeting these remarkable women, let's dive into the heart of this conversation. I'll begin with a very simple question to all of you, but a powerful one. When you think of the term empowerment, what comes to your mind based on all of your journeys? I think we'll start with you first.
I think empowerment should be integrated in everyone's life's journey. So it should not be a separate thing to, make an effort and do something. So empowerment is within us and we have to actually discover it.
I have undergone around 33 years of my advocacy, and what I feel is you need education, you need money. That's empowerment for girls.
Well said, both of you. When it comes to empowerment, I feel like if we don't look at it in a fancy way, you can just meet any women of any age, any background, any career profession, anything that they choose to do, and just let them know that you're doing a great job, because we know as women that we give our best when it comes to anything and everything. When it comes to personal life, when it comes to our careers, when it comes to our kids, our parents. So just us being women telling another woman that you're doing great, and just telling them, validating them, telling them that you're doing an awesome job and keep doing it, I think that is empowering. In simple words, without the fancy things, just every day, day to day, telling people, telling women, telling young girls especially, that you're doing a great job and keep doing it.
Firstly, good afternoon, everyone. And I'm so grateful, Mansi, for inviting me here, and it's a pleasure to be here. So when we talk about empowerment, I want to ask, what does true empowerment look like? It's not the one that a person is wearing a mask. It's not the kind where a person is leading from fear, ego, or for external validation. It is something where, as a woman, you remember who you are before the world told you what not to be, right? It is about awakening something that is already there within you, your intuition, your sacred knowledge, and that is something uniquely yours. So this isn't a journey to become somebody new, but it's a journey to becoming your own self and coming back to your own self, your home, right? The second thing that's most important is that when it comes to empowerment, most of us think it's about success. And we have been given a checklist. Get a job, good marks, get married, have kids, perfect partner, perfect bank balance. But all these things are external. And this is not something true empowerment feels like, because true empowerment comes from within yourself, inner alignment. It is something where your mind, your body, your soul is completely in sync, right? So when we lead from that place, from a place of deep understanding, compassion, empathy, you are not questioning your worth, you're not hustling to prove yourself, but you just know that you're unshakable. It is there within you, right? And at that point, when a woman is leading from this place, she's not just creating or leading projects, she's leading movements. She's not building businesses, but she's creating legacy. And in that experience, she will heal, uplift not just herself, but everyone around her. That, to me, is true empowerment. So I want to tell every woman here today that you don't have to be louder to be heard. You don't have to harden yourself to be taken seriously. And you don't have to compete to win, right? Your softness is your strategy, your clarity is your compass, and your presence is the greatest offering you can give to yourself and the world.
That's such a great explanation. Audience members, this calls for a round of applause for all of these queens wearing an invisible crown and straightening the other person's crown as well. Yes. So, Mrs. Kanika Sasan, you have worked at the intersection of storytelling and identity. So I would like to ask you, how can film and media be used not just to entertain, but to unite continents and reshape the gender narratives?
Thank you so much for such a profound question. I worked in the film industry for the last 5 years, and before that also I've worked in this performing arts and fashion and art and entertainment. And I have moved halfway across the world from India to Canada, and I have lived in the 2 different continents with the same dream, to be an artist and to be in films and to act. And I have gone into a school that teaches diverse students from every background, because Canada is a very diverse country. So when I used to sit in the classroom learning acting from a Hollywood coach, and there is people from France, there's people from LA, there's people from India, there's people from Toronto, and all different ethnicities and races. And then it reminds you that art brings all the diverse cultures together. And what a profound role art plays, and acting plays, and performing arts play in bringing these different countries, these different races, these different people together under the same roof with the same passion. So that really humbled me, grounded me, and made me realize that if you're just following your passion, whether it's, I'm an artist, so I talk about acting, whether it's acting, if you're following your passion, it doesn't matter where you are. Acting is a global language, Like we watch English films, now we watch Telugu films and Tamil films, and some of us don't even understand the language, and we watch other language movies, but the idea is the same, It's storytelling, it's bringing people together, it's creating an impact. So you take something home, you take a message home, you take something home and you apply in your life. So that's what I feel like the role of acting is in terms of bringing global change, or the role of artist as change maker is, just to do your art, just to do your art with sincerity and compassion, and then just, let the journey unfold.
Very rightly said, very rightly said. So, now that we have had a great lens to how the media can work, I think along with also understanding the cultures and everything, there's a big part that plays is the legal systems. So I would like to know from Ms. Asha, from your lens at the Supreme Court, how far have we come in terms of legal equity for women? And what kind of policy collaborations could Africa and Asia co-develop to better support women's rights in trade, ownership, leadership, or entrepreneurship?
See, basically what happens in Supreme Court is we get all type of matters. And even a performing advocate, women advocate, at the earliest, about 20, 30 years back, I could see the difference, like, women were not, considered at par with the male people. Like I had joined a law firm, and it was initial stages. So I was working very hard. So I had my private practice, and at the request of some law firm, I had joined there as a legal head. This is just an example. So when I went there, I worked for, the responsibilities as a legal head, and my independent practice. So when I went there, and I worked for 1 month, about 2-3 months, and I have got paid highly. But when it came to the salary factor, my junior got a little higher than me. Okay. So, but still a little down, that's okay. That incentive was given because he was the only working person in his family.
Oh,
okay. So you can see the difference.
Yes.
The way we women have to fight it out. She was a lady boss, And I was working from 8 o'clock to sometimes 10 o'clock in the night. I used to leave my baby, at home with a maid to look after. And you can imagine the woman's, palpitation that she's going through when she comes back from school and all those things. So, the explanation that is given is that you have got a double income and therefore the male will be paid higher to me. So that really put me off. Okay, that was the situation sometime in 2000. Okay, now that is changed. You see advocates coming in and they are being paid quite well. And that's the entire thing what I would say with our country and any other country. We literally have to fight it out.
Right.
You have to prove at every stage, even at the time of getting a salary, or getting an incentive, or getting a, anything. You have to sacrifice everything. And when we are back at home, we are like, we have to forget about the rest part. We have to work it out. You have to have a balance. But I'm happy that my daughter has followed my steps, and she's also a Supreme Court advocate now. So, and then we had done this thing, where maternity leave.
Yes.
That part also, I was working for a PSU at that. Not working, I was doing some work for PSU. And this lady had joined as a contract person, she was on contract. But the legal terms and conditions that were put, that was like any cut, copy, paste.
Right.
So when she joined that office, PSU, she was, given a salary of 1 lakh or so.
Oh.
Okay? But immediately after that, she became pregnant.
Okay.
She was asked to quit because then she fought for her rights.
Right.
The court said, you have to pay her. It's your fault. You have to give her maternity leave.
Right.
So equal pay for equal work was not there. Maternity leave was not considered as a right. Okay? You have to leave your your job if you were not paid for that. Even the government organization, which is a PSU, was not ready to retain her. She was terminated. So these are some of the things which, our constitution has provided for us. And our legal system has provided for us. But even for that constitutional right, we have to fight it out through the legal system.
Right.
Why? Sometimes we have to file a PIL, a public interest litigation, to awaken the executive.
Right.
Excuse me, you have got a right, you have an act here. Why don't you get up? Why don't you implement it? Again, we have to go to the court.
Right.
So these are some of the things where we can collaborate with the other, the African countries.
Yes.
Yeah. And not only that, the system, because what we think is the litigation system, oh God, it takes such a long time. But now things are changing. There is an alternative dispute resolution.
Right.
Okay? Now, I'm a mediator in the Supreme Court. And I have been practicing as a mediator for the last, since 2009, and ours was the first batch. Number of items, matters have been settled down. So, quick delivery. That's important. That's the alternate delivery system that we are looking for. So, we can have that sort of relationship with our partners. Yeah.
As rightly said by ma'am, actions matter more than words. And getting into effect all of those things is what will move ahead if countries put their hands together.
Every minute a woman has to fight.
Yes.
Every minute. There are very few people, I wouldn't say the men folk don't do it, no.
Right.
They are also, like my family, I had the full support of my husband. And therefore, I have been in Supreme Court for the last 33 years. Otherwise, I don't think I would have been able to. And that's why I said education, money.
Right.
That's what you need.
Very rightly said. I think this touching story needs a big round of applause. A big, big round of applause. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Moving forward, Ms. Prarthi, I would like to ask you one thing. you have built two radically different platforms, one in heritage entrepreneurship and one in sports. So, environment and sports, sorry, my bad, environment. So, what common threads do you see when it comes to building confidence and leadership in women through culture and athletics and environment?
Well, let me start by agreeing that art and culture is a medium to connect with everyone, like to a city, to a region, to a country, and worldwide. Uh, India having a vast diversity, when we talk about like West, we suddenly remember Garba. When we go to East, we remember Durga Puja, Karnataki music, and maybe Kashmiri kahwa or Pashmina. So you see that we have a huge legacy and diversity in the legacy. So my idea of creating Heritage Collective India was to first uh, have a sense of pride in us and then create that sense of pride in the citizen of India that, you know, we have this, and most of the cultural practices you see are sustainable.
Very
So
rightly said.
when you see that traditional indigenous practices which we have in crafts, these all are made of biodegradable and sustainable materials.
Right.
So it is already sustainable. So connecting nature, conservation, and heritage is not that hard. So I just use that connection, and we are trying to build projects on that. And the second, Baroda Strikers, that is an environmental youth group, which I think I started in my school time. Again, youngsters working from young age for environment and you know, starting to go out in the nature and then using photography as a medium to promote conservation. That is the idea. In these industries, when we talk about art and culture, out of, I think we have 7 million artisans in India, and out of those, 50% are women. And women artisans are creating beautiful art. Even government, with their new initiatives and projects, they are helping the artisans to sell their products, not in India, but also export those products.
Right.
Through Ministry of Textiles, Trifed, Hastakala Setu, and a lot of projects, initiatives. And also when we see tourism is also flourishing, we see people are asking for experiential tourism. And for that, they need something authentic, you know, experience which they can never have in any other region, any other part. So when we see the role of women here, first, awareness and education is very, very essential. That what we have, what we are doing, and having a confidence in what we are actually doing, and then reciprocating that, and maybe creating that legacy and, you know, expand that to worldwide. So I see a huge role of women in this sector.
As rightly said, things started young, build discipline, and with discipline we can move forward. So, yes, last but not the least, Swarali. We often speak about intuitive feminine leadership. What are the qualities that the world needs more of in today's leaders? Or how would you think that women can unlock the strength without being forced, be it in any manner?
Great question. And as Asha ma'am rightly said, that as women we are struggling more than men, and that's true in any part of the world. So I really want to ask, what kind of impact can we make when we are literally disconnected from ourselves and we don't have that much time on our hands, right? Our minds are running high, emotions are running high, we are completely tired and burdened by so much of responsibilities. So we cannot build a world while abandoning our own inner world. our inner world is very much important as our outer world. So well-being is the foundation, I feel, when it comes to building a powerful visionary leader. Yeah. So it's not something that you can build upon after we are successful. It is the basic foundation that everything else can be built upon.
Very right.
Because your inner world is reflected in your outer world. The things that you believe in, the thoughts that you have about yourself will create your future and present. So your mental well-being will give you clarity. That is very important. When your minds are grounded, when you are in calm state, only then can you make decisions that are not coming from pain or panic or urgency. Then comes emotional well-being. Again, emotional well-being will give you capacity to hold your emotions and again to take decisions that's not coming from pressure. And then it's also, when we talk about emotional well-being, there are a lot of times when people feel threatened when they see somebody else is doing better than them. So emotional well-being will help over there as well. Without feeling threatened, you will be able to nurture others and your own self. Then comes obviously the spiritual well-being. Yeah. So which will give you direction, and it will help you to understand that your purpose is greater than the pressure, right? You're here to create something new. That is why you have those dreams in the first place. So, but if I put it, so this is very important thing, but when it comes to women, we have been always taught to put other people's need above our own. We have always been taught to suppress our needs, our emotions, to prove ourselves, to push ourselves, to forgive, to forget, so that the family is together. And these are the exact behaviors I feel that we have to unlearn, to learn to lean into ourselves and to make decisions from a place of knowing, from a place of trust. It's not about abandoning your family, but also putting yourself on that pedestal where you are important. Only then will you be able to work, otherwise the burden will take you down, right? So if women have to work in the forefront, they have to come out of that backseat that we have been taught to be in, right? And that's where your story, your experiences, and your unique life
Abilities.
yeah, will come into picture. And then you will understand that well-being is not just a luxury, but a basic bare minimum necessity. Because we don't need women who are stronger and completely exhausted, but we need women who are so much capable, they know what they are doing, they are completely confident in themselves, they know what their trust is, they know what they're doing, and that is when they will be able to lead properly.
As rightly said, none of a tired person can do any of the work. So I need to be reminded of this. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Absolutely. I mean, I don't know about Jack, but then Jill does become a dull girl. So yeah. Okay. So I think we have, yes. So thank you so much, everyone, for bringing the depth of your thoughts to the table. We can proudly say that women already have a seat at the table. In fact, our panelists are a living example that women have built their own tables and often inviting others to rise and sit with them. So let's continue to pass this spark on. And thank you so much for being such a great audience. I need a big round of applause for everyone.
And may I add something to what she said, if I have a minute? So I want to add something, because everything that all of them said completely resonated with me, especially like more power to Asha ma'am for being an advocate in Supreme Court. Like, how amazing is that? Like, I can't believe that I'm sitting next to her. So complete honor, ma'am. and I actually requested to give me the mic, because I wanted to add to that. When she said that women cannot come from an empty place, I want to add this thing.
Yes.
That in our culture, especially in Indian culture, and I'm not putting it down, I love and take pride in Indian culture, but women are glorified for sacrifices, for giving up their needs, for abandoning themselves. And when we don't nourish ourselves, we're just looked at like goddesses. But can we just take a pause here? And can we also look at women as also humans? I mean, I was so inspired when she shared her story that her husband has supported her career for that long. We need, and who is going to support the women? It's the men. So we need more men to nourish the women, whether it's their moms, their sisters, their daughters, their friends. Nourish the women around you. Ask them what they need. Ask for the support they need. Are they doing okay emotionally, morally, financially? Ask for support if you can. It's not going to make you small. And that's what's going to really uplift women. And that's what women really need from men, is to really, just ask them how we're doing. Just give them a little bit of support. Give them a little bit of upliftment. And stop with glorifying the sacrificing culture. It's not, women are exhausted. It's been generations, give them a break. So, thank you for your profound thoughts, and thank all of you. And thank you for, leading this panel so gracefully. And congratulations for the amazing work you're doing. You look very young to be doing such incredible work, so we're very, very proud of you too.
I would like to add one more thing. I would warn the ladies also, or the women also, you are being as empowered as the men. But they are getting uprooted from what they wear. I don't want the women to change their identity. They are sacrificing. They are very loving, But what has happened is, this last 33 years, what I have seen, the women have got empowered, and they have actually started behaving like men. Okay? Yeah. So that I would like the ladies to restrict themselves. Be a woman, be a lovable woman, be a lovable wife. That will take you very, very far. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much for the beautiful ladies.
Yes.
Adding to all of your points, yes, nothing is more beautiful than seeing women standing up for another woman and one woman supporting another. I think what we are looking here for is not equality but equity, because we all have struggled a lot in maybe our careers, in our personal lives, and we still fought for us, and we are fighting for the next generations to come. So kudos to all of you. I am equally proud of all of you and very, very honored to be here. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you.